So this video I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of, let's say, efficiency hacks and just how to use your computer better. I just recorded this just to make you guys as fast as I am, because sometimes when you're watching my trainings, you're like, how am I doing this? How am I doing that? Do you understand? Because I'm always saying, not if I just stumbled on them. I actually look up keyboard shortcuts and think how to use your computer faster. So that's not going to be just the usual things that you guys are going to be doing. How to use your computer faster, the way I do it as a web designer or remote worker. Do you understand? So this is mostly for remote workers. If you're a developer, you probably know most of these things. But if you're not a remote worker, if you're not a developer, some of these things will be kind of new to you. So first I want to start to like just efficiencies, or not even keyboard shortcuts, just things that will make you work faster. The first thing you can do is group your tabs, right? So how do you do that? First of all, I'm going to use my 3 fingers. I don't know if I should show this properly. So you can see it's my 3 fingers. I don't know if you have to have synaptics, synaptics on your laptop. So if you have a newer laptop, this will definitely work. If you have a MacBook as well, this works. But if you have an older laptop, it might not work. So what I'll just do is 3 finger swipe, see, then bring it down back. If you want to go to my home screen and minimize all tabs, all windows, 3 fingers down. If you want to move to the next tab or the next window, see, I see. Look at. If I want to, I can do this and I'll use my arrows. See, but this one is slow. I can also use my tab button to move to a new desktop. If I want to quickly open a new desktop, let's say this desktop is very, very crowded, right? But this is best if you have a laptop with like 16 gig RAM or more, because trust me, if you have a desktop with so many things here, I don't have so many things here, you're going to take up your RAM. But if you can instead of, what I usually do is, can I say I name this tab code outreach? That's one thing that also helps, naming your tabs, because when you have multiple tabs like this, it's going to be hard. You start spending 5-10 seconds just to find the tab. So I can say I have a tab for YouTube posting, I have a tab for, so the ones that is just one tab. I don't name it, but like see this one now, seller. I have my seller tab. What else? I have a Upwork. See this up. There's only one tab on it, but if I have more, see my Gmail account. I have my Gmail account. So how do you name them? Right? Just come to your browser, this thing, then right. Then you can see my mouse. Just click on, just right click. Then can you see name window? So just click on name window and name it. So what you want to name it is something like that makes sense, right? The overall theme of what you're doing. So this tab is for code. I'm messaging people on Google Maps, right? Through Google Maps, trying to sell my business services. So it's code outreach. They haven't posted a job. I'm just messaging them out of nowhere. So that's what it's called. So I can name this one code outreach. You understand? Code outreach. Just click on new window. Code outreach. Maybe Google Maps or something, or Maps. Because there are many other ways to do code outreach, but this is one. So that is something that help you just 2 seconds instead of searching, oh, what is this? You just immediately see. Then another thing that many of you guys, you always wonder how I do it, is switching from one tab to another. Like, because if you notice on my tutorials, I don't even have this upper tab. It's just today I purposely opened it. How do I do that? I usually come here to my settings, then can you see this full screen? I don't like plot and my screen. Can you see? So instead of, now that you're putting it full screen, you don't know how to be coming to the top to move to a new one, then come to the top again, go back. That is slow. The fastest way is to do is control. Let me see if I've turned off my keybind. Let me have a software plugin that shows my key anything I'm typing. Right, so you can see this is shift, so it's control. I don't know why it's showing it like this. This is control, this upper exponential mark. So this is alt. This is how alt looks. The keyboard, I don't know why it's like this. It's very funny. I think it's using MacBook something. This caps lock, this tab. So if you see me typing something, just know what I'm doing. But I'll be explaining what I'm doing. So I'll also attach a keyboard shortcut document and this description. So just check the description of the course. I don't know, my post on YouTube as well. So how do I go from one tab to another? I press Control and Tab. So Control Tab to go to the forward. So can you see? Let me even minimize it. So then see Control Tab T, then Control Shift Tab to go back. Control Shift Tab, Control Shift Tab, Control Shift Tab, and see Control Shift Tab. So one thing about Windows or anything, Control like Shift is usually the reverse. Control Shift Tab, like if you're not just using Shift, you're using Shift in combination with something. Shift usually the reverse. You understand? And on your laptop, you don't even if you don't have a mouse, if you don't like I said, I showed you the three finger method. If you don't have a mouse, a mouse pad or a trackpad that can do that, let's say you have an older laptop or something, you can also just download Synaptics. Just search online Synaptics driver or something to enable those things most of the time. But just watch the well so you don't spoil your laptop. And that way you can do it is Alt and Tab, right? Can you see? That's open that same and it's even faster. It doesn't have those animations, it's very fast. So you can just keep pressing tab, or you can press Alt Tab, then start using your arrow key, see, to move up and down. Or you can keep pressing tab to just be going forward, or Shift Tab to be going back. So Shift is reverse. Another thing I can do is Windows and Tab. So there are many ways to open it. Windows and Tab, Alt Tab. Windows and Tab will use the animation, while Alt Tab will. But the benefit of Windows Tab is that see my hands are free now. So you don't have to keep pressing Alt Tab now. As soon as you remove your hand, to stop. So it's faster. It's like if you just want to quickly do something. But Windows Tab is if you want to like show something, maybe you're training and you want to show something like the whole of your tab. You understand? So that's another thing that helps. Then in terms of like if you want to quickly, let's say you have any issues with your laptop, it's starting to get slow. One thing you also want to do is get a laptop cooling pad. I have one right here. I bought it, I think 30,000 or something. You can see this helps a lot. My laptop, I'm about to go and even, it's okay, but I think his dust has blocked the fan, so it's not even cooling as much as before. Do you understand? So, and I'll change the battery very soon. It's about 40,000 for the battery. I had the battery when I got it was good, like 4 hours. That is good for a Windows laptop, but I charged it with generator and it got spoiled. So now it's about 15 minutes. It doesn't last anymore. So get these at 30,000, or you get just be in a place where it has, maybe if you have a fan, fix your fan directly on the laptop, or if you have an AC, or just a AC will help. So that's another thing that can help. It's cool, especially if you are doing video editing, any type of advanced things. If you notice your laptop is getting too hot, try and so that's just the workspace. Then, in terms of this, is probably going to be a long video. I'm just going to basically dump everything I know. Try and dump everything I know. So then, another thing you can do is, let's say you're on a document like especially Google Docs, Google Sheets. Use a spreadsheet, right? Google Docs, any Google this thing. You want to increase the size of all this text on the screen. Press Control A, and now press Control Shift. Can you see your dot? Check your dot on keyboard. You see one symbol above it that is like the greater than sign, greater than, like this. Sorry. Can you see this greater than sign? So press, what you want to do is you want to press Control Shift and that greater than sign. So you can see to increase the size of everything. Can you see? If you want to reduce it, bring it smaller. You can see this one is too big. So just press Control Z. That will reverse everything I've done. Right. You can see it has brought it back. So, or you can just do it for just one person or one field. Right. Control C. Control. Then to bring it back, the reverse. Control Shift and less than. To bring it back. You understand? So that is it. Then if you want to, another thing that also helps, if you want to duplicate this tab, instead of, yes, you can come here and right click and duplicate, Control Shift key, but you can see now the keyboard shortcut is much faster. So just press Control Shift key to duplicate it. Another thing that I also do that many of you guys are like, how am I doing this, is closing the tab without even going here. Most of you guys, how do you close it up? You come here and you now drag and Control W, just very easy. Control W, right? See, it's closed. If you made a mistake closing the tab and you want to bring it back, Control Shift, right? Control Shift W. I'm sorry, Control. I don't do mistakes. Now Control Shift W will close the window. I want to close the window by mistake. So let me just do it. Let me show you what I mean. Control Shift T. And see, I brought that window back. So Control W will close that tab. This is a tab. This is one tab. This is a window. You hold this thing here. So press Control Shift W. That will close the window. Then Control Shift T will reopen everything. Control T is to open a new tab, right? If you want to open a new tab, see Control T will open a new tab. What do you usually do? You come over here. Yes, that'll probably make it easier for you guys to follow what I'm doing, but I don't want to slow down for you guys. You catch up to me. You understand? So then Control Shift T will open the last close tab. The last tab, you can see we closed this one previously. So Control W to close it back. Then if you want to go to this last tab without coming manually, and now you just press Control 9. You understand? Control 9. See, Control 8. The problem with this is if you have more than 9 tabs, it will skip. Can you see? Let's do Control 1, Control 2, 3, 4, right? 5. You can see it's moving. 6, 5, right? 6, 7, 8. So now I can see there are more than 8. So if you press Control 9, it will not take you to this one, it will take you to the last tab. You understand? So see. So if you want to quickly, let's say you're on the first tab, you want to quickly go to the first tab. If you want to go to your previous tab, like I said, Alt and Tab, right? Alt and Tab. You don't even need to wait for it to bring out. You just press it once. It's automatically carried there, right? Or you can press Control Shift Tab, like I told you earlier. See, Control Tab, Control Tab, Control Shift Tab. You understand? If you want to do it without memorizing which tab, because trust me, once you do full screen, you usually use it. This full screen mode. You're not able to memorize which tab. You just be pressing Control Tab, Control Shift Tab, Control Tab. But if you press it to open everything at the top, so you can now receive where you're at. Another thing that's going to help you is if you want to, you guys probably see on your keyboard, you probably see FN at the bottom near your Windows key. Some laptops don't have it, but some laptops you see FN. Some of them need to be at the top. FN, that is a function key. So what does that mean? Check the top of your laptop. You probably see volume up, volume down, and play, pause, brightness or brightness down. Those are function keys. Do you understand? Those are on the function key. So can you see F1, F2, F3? That is function 1, function 2, function 3. So by pressing function, it will unlock those function keys. Then you can also lock it. Do you get what I mean? How do you lock that? Let me show you something. So let's see. So what did I do just now? I should probably let me use my listening again. So what did I do? So can you see this escape? Can you see there's FN on it? That is to lock the function. So how do you now lock the function? You press FN, this is function, then lock function. Because normally if you press escape, it's not going to lock, it's just going to go back from whatever you're doing. So you now press FN to and escape. So now, can you see this volume up? If you press it, what will happen? It will not do it again. It will not bring volume up. It will start using your laptop like to do the F3 function. So to change from the volume function to the normal keyboard function, which is like maybe F3 usually to search, then F5 is to refresh. Can you see F5 has refreshed the page? You understand? Let's click on it. So this is faster if you don't want to use any of this. Let's say you don't want to do any of this and you're working. You probably know what F12 is to print screen. Oh, this is for developer tools. Okay. Print screen. Let's see. To take a screenshot. Can you see to help you make a screenshot? So if you know that okay for a while you're not going to be using any of these things, let's say your brightness, your volume, everything is okay. You just press FN and escape. So now anything you want to do, for example, F2, what does that do? F1. F1 is going to open Microsoft help center. So you can see it has completely different functions. F4 is to open your browser tab, like your search bar. And you see to open your search bar, press F4. And you see to open your search bar so you can type something you want. F5, like I said, to refresh. F6, the same thing as F4, I think. F7, Harris browser. I'm not really know what. Okay, select text on keyboard. I'm not really interested. But F8, I don't think it does anything. F9, well, you know, the F9. F10, right, let's see, F10. F11. This one is to minimize everything. Right? It's to full screen, basically full screen with the F12, like I said, developer tools. You understand? So then if you want to go back, you now press FN and this again. You understand? So now if you now press volume, see, to increase the volume, can you see? If you press brightness, you can see. So instead of normally what do you do? To use let's say you want to refresh your page. Normally you press Control R, but if you want to use the F5 key, you now press Fn and F5 to unlock what was locked before. Do you understand? So you just press Fn and F5. Right. Okay, this is I'm on Google Docs, so it's probably not. Let me press it again. Fn F5. Supposed to refresh. You can see it has refreshed the page. So instead of now manually pressing Fn, if you know you're not going to be using this for a while, just press Fn escape. Then now start doing it with one key. Then if you want to go back, press it. You understand? Then in terms of like keys on your keyboard, right? Like I said, that print screen is to screenshot. If you want to screenshot quickly, just press Ctrl Shift S, Ctrl Shift S T. This will open the snipping tool. So you just drag and screenshot, copy it or save it. Or if you want to highlight something, I just click on that markup capture and see it here. You just highlight it. If let's say there's something you want to highlight, sometimes that tool doesn't work properly. So what you can do, just press Windows. This is an easy way to search on your laptop. Also going to be showing you how to use your file explorer and everything. So if you want to search on your laptop, just press Windows, then start typing. Just start typing. So just let's say snipping tool. And see it has shown up. So this snipping tool, if you're using Windows 11, I think, or I'm not sure if it's on Windows 10, but Windows 11, you can actually record your screen. It's very basic, but you can record your screen on your microphone, but you can't show your face or anything. So you can see this for screenshot, this for video. So you just press this, press new, then just highlight the part you want to record. So it will give you, just wait to give you a pop-up that will now allow it to. I don't know if this is not working properly. Sometimes it glitches out. Right? So just do it again. Just know it like glitches out sometimes. So that's normal. You can see that it's working. So just if you want to highlight the whole screen or if you want to highlight one small part, then click on start. So check the microphone. Can you see microphone? So if you want to use your microphone, like I'm using my mic now, you can select. So you can see it's a bit advanced, but it's not very. You can now pick. You can mute your system audio if you don't want any sound, like any videos playing anything. Then click on start. Once you're done, you save it. So you check your. You can now check your save location. Like press that snipping tool again. Since I'm like that's always tend to get slow, right? So this snipping tool now come to settings. Can you see settings? So this way you can now change everything you want. So can you see screenshots are saved? So you can change where it's going to be saved. So sometimes you might save it to a place where you don't really check, maybe screen recordings or something, but just put it into downloads or somewhere that you know that you check. Then see automatic copy changes. Um, if you edit a screenshot, even if you don't click save it to save it, so just to make it faster. But if you don't want that, maybe I'll take a lot of screenshots. I don't want your clipboard to be. Another thing, very very important, clipboard. I'll show you very very soon. There are multiple windows. Just check all of this. Just make sure it's something like that. Right? You can make it small like this or resize your window. Understand? So now one thing that is very, very important that really saves me a lot of time. This is one of probably the most important. This is one of the reasons I even made this video. Windows V for your clipboard. If you're using Android, you probably know what I'm talking about. One thing about iOS I don't like is you can only save one thing at a time. If you copy text, you can't save more than one. So if let's say you're copying phone numbers or you're copying like a long distance, just be going one by one, open the tab, copy paste. There's no clipboard unless if you download the third party clipboard, it's not that good. Most of them are not that good. But on Android, you can save 5, 10, 20 things and open your clipboard and you see everything. So you can just go and paste, especially if you're sending a lot of messages or you're doing customer support and copy and paste things. So the first thing you want to do is just go, can you see Windows V to open it. Then you can now start scrolling. You can see all the things I've saved. Can you see? You can clear everything. You can pin something. Let's say there's something that you always use. You can just come here and pin it. It will pin it. So even if you restart your laptop, this will all of these things are in your RAM, right? Your RAM. If you restart your laptop, it will go. But if you pin it, now be into your ROM, your hard drive. So now if you restart your laptop, all these other ones will disappear, but this one will still be here. Then you can click on this menu. And see this menu will let you, if you want to paste it as text, delete it. You understand? So then can you see all these things? This is Windows 11, so there are more things. If you're using Windows 10, you'll not see most of these things here. So another thing that you guys probably know, you can actually paste emojis. Press Windows and dot. Let me close it. Windows dot. Can you see? all my emojis and GIFs. Can you see GIFs here? So this is very, very powerful. If you want to, instead of going to what people usually do, you now go to Google, type laughing emoji, then now copy it for them. This one is faster. I don't know it's taking so long to load. You can see symbols here. If you need symbols, right? Copyright. I'm even just discovering this one right now. I did because what I used to do for all these copywriting symbols, I have to go to Google. So I just scroll down, see car emoji, all these like emojis but without color. Right. Then you can see emojis, literally the full emoji set. See everything here, so many emojis. So you can come here if you want to, if you type and you want to make it like more fun, you can come here. You understand? That is very, very helpful. Then what else? Keyboard history, symbols. Yeah, that should be all. So for that, so Control Z, Windows. Then if I want to, yeah, some of you guys have probably seen me like when I want to shut down my laptop. How did I do this? I don't even use my mouse most. How did I do this? I press Windows X, Windows X, Windows and X. So this will open up this. So this is like a power tool. This is like admin level stuff. So you can sleep, you can sign out, shut down, restart. You can open your desktop to close everything on your this or minimize everything, not close. You can run it program if you know how to type the program name manually. Search, you can search for stuff. We don't need to do that. Just press Windows and to open it. Yes, like also press Windows C. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is Copilot. I think they have changed it. Before it used to be for the search. This thing. Then, like I told you earlier, you can press Windows. Okay, I've not told you Windows E to open your file explorer. This file explorer here, this is your file. This thing, Windows E to open a new tab. Then you can also go full screen, function, and F11. Now I told you F11 earlier was for full screen if you're using your function, but now we have removed the lock function. So now you have to manually press Fn. So if you want to make this full screen Windows, can see. I press it again, sometimes it glitches out for that bottom part. Then, but this time sometimes it's hard to use. So I just if you're not very good with computers, don't. Then one thing that also helps if you're navigating files and you want to move fast between instead of let's say go to let's come to pictures now. Then you now go to let's say let's go to game file. So now can you see all of this? Let's say you want to go back. What do people usually do? You come to this top and go back. You come to here and go back. Instead of doing that, the way you go back on your browser, I forgot to talk about that. You press Alt and back, Alt and the back arrow. Press Alt. Can you see Alt? Then back. See to take you back. Can you see it's taking me back to things I've searched before. See it's taking me to Google. Can you see? You can press Alt and forward to take you forward. It will press this stuff for you, but without coming here. So Alt and forward, and see it's taking me to where I was. So you can do that on your file explorer as well. So instead of manually coming here, let's say you open this file now, you now want to go back. Instead of manually coming here or coming here, just press Alt back. See, literally. Another thing is if your mouse is having fault and you want to right click, you can press Function and Control. Can you see on your control button there should be one something like this, like a Word document or a A4 paper or something like a paper, like something that was written on it. On your control key, you should see an icon like that. Let me go check it. So yeah, like I said, you see. So if you can just press Control, sorry, Function Fn and Control. You see it will right click for you. So if your mouse has any problem, you don't want to use your mouse again. You understand? So just press this. You can see, you can do everything. Just press your down arrow, up arrow. You can use your mouse. You understand? Then so all this kind of stuff you can. Then if you want to make this thing bigger, the way you make stuff bigger on your this thing on your browser, press Control and plus. Can you see the plus at the top of your mouse, top of your keyboard? Press Control plus to make everything big, to increase the browser size. How do you see it? You can also come here. Can you see this stuff here? So you can press it here. Then this is a long way to do it. Or come to your browser settings and click on zoom. Can you see zoom? But you can just press Control plus to do it manually without do it in one key or two keys. So here too, you can do the same thing. Control plus. This will increase the size of everything here. It's supposed to work. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Um, it's not working now, but It's not working now. Sometimes it works. How do you increase the size of all these things? You can just come to view, right? See it here. You can make it extra large. So normally it's supposed to work, but I don't know. It work. If I want to see everything smaller, press content. I don't like this view, but you can use some people like it. What I prefer is this. I prefer this detail. So this one will show me everything, like okay, the date, file, right? Then list. This one is not that good. It's just small, but you can't see much information. Small icons. They can also create a preview pane. What's this? If you click on something, you can see what is inside. Yes, it doesn't work most times, but when it works, it's very nice. Like, okay, let me look for something. There's none of them are previews. This is good for like media files. Let's say it's a picture. See ahead, see picture files, you can see the preview. Sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not that useful. Like, so if you don't like it, you can just click here, see to close it. So then in terms of your receive, like I said, the way you open, how do you open um the same way you open a new tab on your browser, right? Control T, like I told you earlier. And see it has opened a new tab. That is the same way you open a new tab here. If you want to open a new window, press Control N and see it has opened a new window, not a new tab. Same thing on your file explorer. I like how they made everything match. Right. I think this is Microsoft Edge. Even with Google Chrome, I think the same thing that works. So I don't know if I don't know what I recommend for you guys that don't have a lot of RAM. I know it's a gaming laptop, but you don't have I recommend Microsoft Edge. It's much lighter. Try the two, you see. And it's the same. Microsoft Edge is based on Google Chrome. So all your files, everything, all the extensions, all the plugins, software, everything that works on your browser in Chrome works on Microsoft Edge. You understand? But you notice that some websites might work better on Chrome, some might work better on Microsoft Edge. But I prefer Microsoft Edge. It's a bit faster. It doesn't chop RAM like that. I have a 16 gig RAM laptop. Just me if I using Chrome to still be having issues once more. So come here, if you want to open a new window, press Ctrl N here. And see that's open a new window completely. Right? Like I told you. Then I also recommend you guys, if you have a hard drive, how do you know if you have a hard drive? Just press PC, search PC. You guys probably know what I did just now. Right? Just come to view your PC name. So this will give you all your information about your PC. Right? So now having all this i5 6th gen, this I think this is my processor. This one my processor. This is my that's an Intel i5. Intel has i3, i5, i9, i7, i9. So the higher it goes, the more expensive, but the better it is for more advanced stuff. So i5 is good for daily tasks and everything. If you want to start streaming, which is what I'm struggling with now, if you want to stream videos, let's say you want to stream on YouTube, not even playing games, or just streaming, like maybe you want to do live classes or those kind of things, you need an i7 because it has more cores. What's a core? It's basically a parallel processor. A parallel, like okay, you can do 8 things at once. While 6 core means you can do 6 things at once. That's not the exact meaning, but I'm just trying to simplify. So streaming is another thing that's taking up your CPU. So if you have 8 cores, you have maybe 2 extra cores to stream, then you can now use the remaining 6 to use your computer. So if you use 6 cores to stream, to work, but to start lagging, you understand many issues like that. So then 10 cores, some of them have 16, some of them, so you can see more those ones you can do. You can go play games on 4K, highest quality settings, and stream, no issues. Nothing, but it's going to be very expensive. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million for those kind of laptops or computers. You understand? So then the RAM, this is very important. Make sure you have 16 gigs. 8 gigs is not enough again. 16 gigs, especially Windows 11 or Windows 10. And you're doing Freeman, you're doing web design, you're using AI, with nothing. Then the main thing again is your SSD. My laptop has a 512 gig SSD. See it here, is it? 477 KS storage. My graphics card, I have a graphics card on my laptop. It's a very slow one. Graphics card. So how do you find your SSD? How do you know if you're using SSD or not? You probably know if you can see how fast my laptop is opening tabs and everything. Right? If you're using a hard drive, it will probably be very slow. Let me show you. Let me open something. I don't want to open something heavy, so it will not slow down the stream. But let me just open. Let's say Slack. Let's see how long it will take. Slack is a business chat app. If you're watching the academy, you probably know what it is already. So let's see how long it takes. So now, remember, I'm streaming. I'm recording this video, and it's opened already. If I was not recording, it would be faster than this. You understand? So it's taking like 10 seconds to open. You can see it's open now. All the messages are loaded, pictures are loaded. So let's just say 12 seconds. If you're using a hard drive, you're probably still going to be waiting for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds just to wait for it to do. And this laptop is kind of old at this point. If you have a brand new laptop or a newer laptop, maybe 20, this one is from 2015, 2016. If you have one from 2023, 2025, 2026, trust me, it will be faster. You understand? So how do you find your SSD? Right? You just come to storage settings. So there's a place I can check it. I don't want to go, I don't want to open my okay, disks and volumes. Well, just open how do you open your task manager? You understand? You can press Windows and come down here, then right click on this bottom part. You can see task manager. You can press Control Shift Escape. Control Shift Escape. You understand? So let me just put this on full screen. So now I want to show you that I have an SSD. So how do I do that? I'll just come here. Then you can see my performance. It should be here. You can see my disk. Can you see disk 0 SSD NVMe? So this is the fastest type of storage available. Just that it's not the latest. It's the fastest type. There's SSD, there's SATA, SATA. That is one that if you see it is like it's like big. It's one like cartridge. It's not as big as hard drive. Hard drive is very big like this. Like this. It's like hard drive is like this. You understand? Usually like this. While SATA SSD is somehow like this. A little bit big, a little bit bigger. Right? It's like 1.5 of this. But it's short. SATA SATA. While NVMe is just like RAM. It looks like RAM. If you have seen RAM stick before, it's very thin. That is NVMe is very fast. Almost like RAM but for SSD. So but just that this laptop is old, so it's not that and you understand. So you can see it PM9, I don't know what that means, but NVMe that is the fastest, and it's a Samsung, and this is a Dell laptop, so Samsung, you know they make fast this thing. So if you have if you go to press your Control Shift and come to performance, you see if you have a hard drive. If you have a hard drive, change to a solid state drive. It's actually quite affordable, and that is the biggest improvement you see on your laptop. Come to Jumia, you see the prices here. You can see how fast everything is. You understand? Now I'm not even opening Slack. That's why it's that fast. So that trust me, all these things add up. Don't think it's just 2 seconds, 1 second, like 2 seconds. How many times are you going to do these kind of things? I open tabs, I open this like 100, 500 times a day. So 500 times 2 seconds. You can see. So just come here, type SSD. Right? SSD. When I bought for my Samsung laptop there, when I bought it 256 gig for 256 gig for 20,000 then sound disk, but now it's much more expensive. So I'm looking for this is showing me external. You don't want to buy an external SSD. You want to buy, let's just say NVMe, something. NVMe. I'm looking for a laptop SSD, not external one. This one's external. And you can now see. So this is 500 gig, 165K. You don't need to buy that. You can buy this one 256 gig if you have the budget for this. I know some of you guys don't have the budget. So NVMe, like I said, is the most expensive. So you can see this. The SSD is almost one quarter of the price of the laptop. You can see it's very expensive, but it's very fast, extremely fast. You understand? See this one 500 gig. So these are 500 gig, but you don't need 500 gig most times. I was using 256 gig for a long time on my laptop and I didn't have any issues. Right? So you can check for cheap. Don't buy this one on this planet first, all these very, very cheap ones. You'll not enjoy yourself. So if you don't have the budget for this, you can type SATA. So you can see let's see, where's the 256 gig one you see? We saw 5,000. If you have the budget for it, you can buy it. If you don't have the budget for NVMe, go to SATA. You understand? Just that some thinner laptops you might not be able to enter. You understand? Like this laptop now is very thin. I don't think it can work. So let me look for SATA. You can see I think it's still okay. This one is like 128 gig. So if I look at the price now, this is 256 gig. Samsung Smart. I don't really recommend some of these like brands that you've not heard of before. You might use it for 1 or 2 weeks, 1 month. After that, you start getting slow. So you can see this one 512. Try and get something from SanDisk. Samsung. Let me search SanDisk. Maybe 20,000 difference, but bro, it's worth it. SanDisk is not showing why. They're not selling this thing again. But you can go to any local tech shop, just tell them you want to buy a SATA SSD. Try and make sure it's a name they've heard of before. Maybe SanDisk, Samsung, or the other people that do SSDs again. But you can see the review. You can just check the reviews on Jumia. Just check the review. You can see 4.5 stars. That means it's not that good. You understand? See Samsung now, 128 gig is 20,000, but you know that it's going to be good because it's Samsung. But I'm not saying you need to buy Samsung. I'm just telling you that just try and get like see Samsung Smart now. Is that have you ever heard of it? It's like one about this thing. And Western Digital, that's another good one. But 500 gigs is 95,000, so it's very expensive. I'm looking for 256 gig is a sweet spot for now. This old school, I've not done them before, so I can't recommend. Let's say let me type 256 that was search manually, right? Tap the like button. If I might put it on YouTube, I don't know. So if you're watching it on YouTube, tap the like button. So this one, this one, just ignore them, right? So see this one, okay, 256, 95,000, that is very expensive. Kingston, this one is Kingston, not Kingston. So I don't think I think that is fake. So they're not that much. I don't know what's going on nowadays. They're not that many SSD. So just go to any local tech shop in your area that you trust. Tell them okay. So what's a good range for 256 gig? Let's just say 50, 40 to 60,000. Don't let them give you any cheap this thing. If it's Samsung, Western Digital, Samsung Western SanDisk, the any other ones that you maybe have had the name before. But if it's like this, look at the name, does it even look like something? You understand? Look at the package and everything, does it look good? You understand? So if you can buy SATA, um, right, that is the main thing that will change your laptop. Try and buy SATA. If you can buy an NVMe, NVMe is going to be the best, but it's expensive. You can see 95,000 for 256 gig. So that is the next thing. So what else is going to help your laptop? I'm just literally dumping everything I do. So that's this is very another thing I can help you is having a phone stand like this. So I put my phone beside my laptop. So instead of looking over to see my notifications, everything just is so I can just I don't recommend something like this. I recommend the shorter one. This one, if you're typing on it to be shaking, shake. So just buy one phone stand. Right. Like phone stand, just pick it. Why is this looking so slow? So if you're going to get one, maybe 2.5 or something, yeah, sit. Something like this one is better. The base is much bigger and heavier, so it doesn't shake. Something like this is even better. It's a very, very wide base. And this is Jumia. If you don't like it, you can always return it. Just like it's take you. If your base is illegal, maybe 3 days to deliver. If you're learning like me, it takes like 5 days to 1 week. So just get something like this. Don't get one that's too high. This one is too high. That's why it's shaking. If it was lower, and you can't reduce it. So that's another thing that will help you. Then if you're doing meetings, I have a ring light. This is I think 20,000 or something. You can buy a used one as well. 15, 20,000. Put your phone, put your listing. Because the thing about meetings, yes, if you have a window, if your desk is near your window, you can go to your window. You understand? Then you can decorate your background. You can buy a neon light. I think it's 30,000. Connect to your power bank. Or if you have um, you have an extension box that has a USB cord, USB port inside. Plug it. Then I have a soft box. I bought this like 4 years ago, so it's very expensive. It's like 100,000, 120. You understand? So you don't need to do all these things it's step by step. Those kind of things will help you look better on the meeting. You understand? It will help you look better on the meeting. So when if you're using your laptop, you can try and pack as much light as possible. You understand? So then you can also get a microphone like the one I'm using now. If it's okay, still working here. I think this is about 15,000 or so. So you plug it to your laptop, it sounds better. Unless if you have a MacBook microphone, sounds better. But if you have a Windows, trust me, just get this. You understand? So then what other this thing again? Um let's see. I'm trying to even think, I'm not even sure. Then in terms of your this thing, I want to tell you guys to go and get fiber if you have the money, right? Install fiber one in your place. Don't be using MTN this thing, bro. Go and get unlimited Wi-Fi. If I show you how much I use every month, every day, not even every month, every day that I use it. You understand? How much do I use every day? I've been trying to export one video since for like a week. You understand? So where is it? FOB. So I have fiber. I've had this for like 3 years now. Maybe 2, 3 years or something. I literally use what some people use in a month every day. And I also share my Wi-Fi with everybody in my compound. So that's probably why. But even me, I know what I use because I have my laptop updating, my phone always updating. I have Google Photos, I have iCloud Photos. So both of them are backing up. I have an Android phone. You understand? My TV, I watch HD, 4K, Netflix. So let me show you how much I use. Where is it? They have moved the something again. Usage history. Look at what I use. This is just 2 days in March. You see what's my usage. Can you see? Downloads 35 gig in a day. Right? This is 12 a.m. I just woke up 1 hour ago. I already used 3 gig. Imagine I was paying MTN this thing. Just imagine, like you already know what you already know how bad it will be. Look at see December. Don't know if you guys can see it. Look at the usage. Like I literally use say one day I use 107 gig. If I was paying for anything, that would be 10,000. So this that would be like 30,000 naira or 40,000 naira. See. And the benefit of unlimited, I pay for 25,000 a month, which is 50 Mbps. Fiber one. If you Fiber one, the problem with Fiber one is you have a lot of network outages and issues. So you can be working perfectly. All of a sudden, it will just become slow. It's not working. So there's high net flex, high net HYNET. That is much more expensive than it's about 40K a month, but the network is faster because people don't use it as much. Fiber one, most everybody using it, especially in London, not talk of Lagos. So there's congestion on the network. MTN has Fiber X. That's probably the best right now. Doesn't have any installation fee. One is like 30K to install, then 25K a month. But MTN, I don't think there's any installation fee. But I'm not sure about the network stability, sir. But I think that might be the best. It's just I'm already using this, so I don't think I'll switch. But eventually, if they keep, because now it's getting ridiculous. Like there's so much downtime on Fiber One. So if they keep messing up, I might just switch. Do you understand? So what else again? Um, let's see what else on the computer. Another thing that will help you is having if you're using Windows 11, you can naturally connect to your laptop. You can see can you see Segun's main phone. Because my Bluetooth is not on. If not, you see all my notifications. So you don't have to be coming to your phone and laptop. You can see everything on your laptop. You can make calls, messages, and everything. If you don't have Windows 11, download an app called Link to Windows. Link, link. See, it's phone link. It's also called phone link or link to Windows, right? So download it on your phone and your laptop. So you now connect your phone. So any notification you see, you can reply to messages, make calls on your laptop through your phone. You understand? Then I'm just trying to think. Let me see. I'm very sure I forget a lot of things. Then also, in terms of how to manage your folders, you don't want to have everything like in your downloads because you're going to be downloading. Like if you're a web designer, you're doing graphics or anything you're doing, you're going to be downloading a lot of stuff. Can you see the way I arrange everything? Come to my, can you see? I have a folder for Google Maps web design outreach. So all my web design outreach stuff I do see it here. So you always want to create folders. Upwork proposals, see all of them here. I create websites and proposals for them. So I filter it. Anytime you have a client, create a folder. All the things you are doing with that client, let it be in that folder, right? So let me check some of my clients. Let's say, yes, you can see I have a folder for one of this is my bros website. You can see I have everything here. So once you create that folder, also create a folder inside that folder, right? Create a folder inside the folder. So maybe images, can name it images, videos, text, like corrections, revisions, different. You just don't just put everything in one folder, images and videos. No, create a subfolder. That's another thing that will help you stay organized. Trust me, especially when you start getting many clients or like you don't want to be like losing track of what you're doing. Do you understand? Just be losing track of what you're doing. Then okay, pictures, I have it in here. They can also pin. Like if you know there's a file you're always using every time. Instead of always coming to download, then looking for the file or like searching, you can just pin it. So for example, this Gable cell, let's say something I use, or let's say this upper proposal, let's say I use it a lot. I can just it's already here. But you can just let's say this Google Maps this thing, I just right click, right? You can see pin to quick access. Don't click pin to start. That is a different thing. You can pin it to show up at the bottom here. See. Okay, to show up on this start menu, you can see it here. Where is it? It's not showing up. So I don't think it worked. It's supposed to show up. Look like I pinned it. Okay, on pin. I don't think it worked. It's supposed to show up. Okay, yeah, see it here. It didn't show up on time. So that I don't recommend that. The one I recommend is pay to quick access. So you see it at the left panel here. See it. So that is just you don't need to now be opening everything's already here. Then once you are done, let's say you're done with the project, or let's say you have a client job as well, pin the client's folder here, so you can just easily go there. You understand? That's something that helps. Then I'm not really sure what else. What else? What else? Mm, immediately they start with I'm not really sure how much because I'm very sure there's some things I'm forgetting, but I'm not really sure if these are important. I'm just talking about the things that are important to me. Then always before you even start anything, you can always just come here. Extensions. Yeah, that's true. What are some extensions I use that help me? That's very important. Auto refresh. This for my Fiverr. So I have my Fiverr refreshing, so it looks like I'm online, even though I'm not online. Where is it? So this is my Fiverr. I've never got a job in like 3 years or 2 years, but you can just come here, click on it, extensions, then auto refresh. So you can download all these things on your just come to your browser, you see extensions. If you're on Chrome, you see extensions there. Then go to the store, type, you can just screenshot all the things and show then click on start. So it will refresh it either it's a 90-second interval, random interval, this thing you can set it, you can save it. So just screenshot all these things I have here. These are very the most important ones here. Change case. This is very good. If you have something maybe in small letter, you want to change to capital letter or sentence case, you can paste all your text to change to sentence case, which is the first letter of every word to be capital letter, uppercase, capitalized, whatever. Then clean feed. I think this is for Facebook, right? I'm not sure. I think it's for Facebook to clean the feed on Facebook. I'm not sure. I think it's not really working. I've forgotten what it does. This dark mode is very, very important because many websites they don't have dark mode. So what do? I've already made a shortcut. So I just press Alt D. See, it has made everything dark. So even if I'm on dark mode, can see Fiverr is not showing dark mode. You understand? So there's no dark mode setting. So and you can also do it that okay, Alt D will make all the websites on your all the tabs will be on dark mode. But let's say there's a site, maybe you're using Framer, Webflow, you're using Canva, and you don't like the dark mode or the dark mode makes it look funny. You can press Alt Shift D. So that just that tab will be on, but the other tabs will still be dark. See, this one is dark, but that main tab is not going to be. You understand? So if you want to remove everything, press Alt D. So all the ones in the background will go back. You understand? So how do you now set up that Alt D? Click on it. There's a dark reader. So you can set everything. So can you see configure automation? So click on this. You can even do automatic hours, right? You can do maybe 6 p.m. So if let's say okay, every 7 p.m. you don't want, I mean you want it like that. Of course, let's say maybe even change. I forgot to do it. I used to do it before. Let's say 7 p.m. Right, p.m. to 9 a.m. So you can see use system color scheme also. Then Alt D. So you can see this keyboard shortcut. So to take it to the place where you can type the shortcut to open it. So activate the extension. So toggle extension, that is Alt D. Then toggle the current site, can you see Alt Shift D. So you can change it to any other thing if you want in Edge or Global. So you can even do this without opening Edge. You can do it on your home screen or your file explorer to open it here. So you can toggle the extensions for all the other extensions for keyboard shortcut, right? So let's go back. So this and that one that is very important is uBlock Origin. This is an ad blocker. Is the best ad blocker I've seen so far. Especially if you're watching matches, you stream matches like football matches. I don't want to pay for DSTV. My Wi-Fi helps me watch matches like without much lag. It still lags a little bit, but this uBlock Origin, most of those free sites, they have a lot of ads. So this uBlock Origin is going to help you remove. Another thing you can also do is if you want to hide something on the page, let's say some of these websites like New York Times, all these blogs, all these news websites. Once you read small, they'll tell you have to pay to continue reading. You can even hide like the part that is blocking it. So for example, you can click. The thing about this is sometimes you might not be able to restore it. There's some issues with it. I don't know how to use it properly, but can you see this color picker? This instead of color picker, is an element picker. So you click on it. Then once you click on something to hide it completely. So I don't know if I don't know if I should hide something. So okay, so something like this now, verify your information to start working with EU clients. Can you see? So if you don't like this, or let's say there's an error message that shows that you don't want to be seen, click on it to pick it. So you can click on pick. right? Let me try it again. Pick. Create. Okay, yeah, create. See, it's gone. So even now, let me try and bring it back. Sometimes it doesn't work to bring it back, but let me try. Mm, so how do you bring it back? Okay, yeah, I can see that stuff that you hit. You just press this hide icon. So I'm going to discover some things right now as I'm teaching. You understand? So another thing is if you want to, let's say you don't want ad blocker for a site. Let's say the site is not working properly. They're telling you have to remove the ad blocker. See this button here, just click on it. Then now refresh the tab. Then once you refresh it, the ad blocker will not work. Then if you want to bring it back, press it. Then you can see the start, blocked on this page, domains connected, this thing, this thing. Then elements upper mode. Forgetting what this one does. What is it? Let me see. Okay, so that one is just the faster way to do it. Yeah, I think that's the faster way. The same thing to hide the elements. Right. So let me try and bring it back and see stuff it brought. Okay. No come. Elements upper mode. I think it was the elements upper mode I was talking about that it's hard to bring back because I just tried to remove it to bring it back. Now it's not coming back. How do I do that? You can see you can block pop-ups. You can disable JavaScript if you want to. If you know what you're doing, don't go and spoil something. Element speaker mode. Element zapper mode. Open the dashboard. So how do I now remove this stuff? There's one thing that I hit just now. How do I bring it back? If you hit something mistake, filter list. If for this one no concern, you just skip through this. So I think it should be here, zapper or something. Right. Privacy, easy list, built-in, very use filters. So it seems dynamic filter. You can see that I don't think I can even bring it back. I'm trying to see if I can bring it back. I think that part is gone completely. I can't see a way. I think the only way is to disable the U block ad blocker in the site. That's going to come back. But apart from that, I'm not sure. Fiverr.com. Mm. So you can see the only way to now bring that thing back is by disabling the ad blocker and refreshing the page. You can see that verified stuff at the back has come back. That zapper, just be careful with it. Don't go and, the best way is to use that domain element picker, that picking, that zapper will completely remove it. But then is the way to bring it back. So, which other extension is very important? I think all of them are important. This go full page. I used to use it before, but now I don't really need it. This Control Shift S, you can screenshot the full page without all of those. The font ninja, if you want to check which font is on the side, is very important as a web designer. AI can do it with this. If you're using AI to scan the website, you can just screenshot it, tell AI to. We can use the font ninja, then I think it will let you screenshot the font. Is it working? So, like this one is not working, I'm not sure. So I don't think it's working. But I can also sometimes maybe you have to refresh your browser, but you get what I mean. Images on here is very important as well. If you want to download all the images on your website, just click have to. I'm not really sure which one is better, but this will show you all the images on the site. So instead of manually copying it, I know sometimes it might copy an image, but you might try to copy, but it might not let you. You can see that save everything. So you can now start downloading and it's high quality stuff. You understand? So let's say I try to clone a website, or trying to copy something, or whatever. So it's not even letting me remove it. Some of these extensions they are buggy, but they shall work. We manage them like that. Too. You understand? Hmm. In the this and this is for contra, is not that many use for it. Easy color pick. I want to see which color is being used is also important. You already know what. There are these clickable links. I think it's not working anymore, but there are some websites that they'll have a link. You might not have encountered this, but eventually you see some website that you have something that should be a link, but you can't click on it. So this one will make every link on the site clickable. Then YouTube dislikes. If I go to my YouTube now, you see that my dislikes are showing dislikes and likes. So it's that extension as well. So if you want to see how many likes and dislikes, YouTube they disable it too. But if you want to see it yourself, the permanent inspect element. If you want to change your website, let's say you want to change your website, but like no inspect element and you edit something on the website. Once you refresh it, it will disappear. The thing will change. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But sometimes if you refresh the page, it will still show up. Yes, and so to inject a file and it will keep injecting if you refresh it. Then say from Net Helper, this is just to download videos on YouTube or stuff like that. Smooth skill scroll. You can see when I'm scrolling my page, you can see how smooth it is. This one is not smooth. Let me show you what I mean. Let me try this one. You can see how smooth it is. Then if I press Alt to go fast, if I press Control up to go slowly. So that's how smooth skill scroll. So if you are doing recordings of your content and you want everything to look smooth, that's what you use. Then vidIQ, this is just my YouTube stuff. Scrub this one doesn't really work most times. It's to extract emails. Key display, that's what I'm using right now to show the keys I'm typing. You understand? So if you're making tutorials, you want people to see what you're doing. Right. So those are my extensions. Now let me check my browser settings. What else do I use? Performance issue detected. Check battery energy saver. This one is not really important like that. Right. Then what else? In window, don't search for CSA features, apps. It's your network. I'm trying to see if there's any other thing I forget. I'll bet you that thing I forget. Favorite history, you guys already know this one. Tab group, this is also good. If you have a bunch of tabs in a window, let's say, but the best way is just to create a new window. But if you want them in a single window, just create a tab and name it. Let's say docs or something, or like Upwork files or something. Then settings. What are my settings here? This is not even working. So you can see my settings. Why is everything not showing? Yeah, I can see. So appearance can change if it's dark mode, light mode. The main thing I want you guys to do is come to um this one, start home and new page. On startup, open tabs from previous session. So to not open the new tab page, that is very annoying if you are to keep opening new tab page. Then you want to change your default browser to your default search engine should be here. Their privacy search and services. So can you see they always find a way to hide it. They don't want you to change it. So see the search and connected experience. So now come here, you see default to be Bing. Then address bar and search it here. You can see how long it will take you to retrieve. So now come to search engine using address bar. So change it. Bing is very bad. Change it to Google. Bing, some websites never show up on Bing. Like if you're searching for notice, you never see. Then search box, this one I recommend. So if I open a new bar, it's open to the search bar, not the address bar. What's search bar? What is address bar? See this? This is the address bar. While the search box, you press Ctrl K. See this thing? This is the search box. Address bar is like the URL, what you type here. You understand? So search engines, like I said, you can even come and delete Bing if you want. Because it's going to keep trying to force that Bing. But you understand? So what else? Accessibility, change the text and see how the text on my screen is a bit bigger. You don't want to be straining your eyes. You understand? So you can use your laptop from far away. You don't have to put your laptop on your lap. Then downloads. make it to go to your this thing. You can change to can remove this one if it's annoying to always keep confirming where you want to save it for. Then what else? What else? What else? Is there any framer or web design this thing that can give you guys? Mm, I don't think there's any framer. Then in terms of ChatGPT as well, or like your AI chatbot, which is Claude, can just there's not really much you can do. Just one thing I'll tell you guys, if you hit your limit, let's say you're using to build websites or anything, and they're telling you that you have to wait, just create a new account. You understand? Use your Google, create a new account and continue. They will not stop it. You understand? Instead of waiting 2 hours or a whole day or something, just use it. Then always arrange your projects in a similar project in a folder. So Claude is experienced disruption. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is the first time I've seen that. Okay, it was just, I think it was my laptop or something. So you can see on my own, I have a folder, I have folders. So I have Upwork, anytime I apply to an Upwork, right? And say I have it. So then now I'm looking at what Google Maps, I have a folder. So if I open it, you see all the stuff I've done on Upwork stuff. So it's arranged in a way. And I also have instructions here. So this is going to give you context. Sometimes it might not follow it, but at least you shadow that you have actually given an instruction. So I don't know it's not working. Okay, I think close is actually down. There's something of it. You understand? The one thing you also want to do is come to your settings and um connect where is it? Connect your Slack. If you're a coder, connect your terminal VS Code. Also connect your desktop app, right? So it Cloud has a desktop, not just on websites. The Microsoft Office, if you have Microsoft Office, you can connect it. Then one thing that is also very important, even more important than this, is to connect your Google Drive, your Google account. So let's go to settings. So can you see capabilities and connectors? So this one is okay, this is not important. Connectors, yeah, connectors. So yeah, this is very important. Your Figma, if you're a Figma designer, so you can use Claude to create a Figma file directly. Your Gmail, if you want to write emails for you, your calendar, if you want to book calendars, like to be your virtual assistant, your GitHub, connect everything. They're even more, can browse more connectors. So Notion, if you use Notion, Canva, I should probably do this thing. Just I've not had it, like I don't really need it right now. This one I've not had the chance to use that. See your Stripe, you can receive payments, super biz if you want to be posting your files, all those kind of things, Firefly. Like literally see many things, so many things there. Your workflow, if you want to manage your workflow, you understand your Ahrefs for SEO. Netlify. I didn't even notice that Netlify was here. Wow. I should probably go. This is crazy because I'm using Netlify for what I'm teaching. People if you want to receive payments. You understand? So just check through everything. Anyone you need, anyone you don't need. Right? PDF viewer, Wix, Clavio, this for email marketers. Um, just check. I'm even checking now. I'm checking right now. So I don't want to DocuSign, that is for if you're sending documents, Bitly to shorten emails, to shorten links. Model menu. See, eh, actually a lot. Well, I think that if you skip through, you might miss something that you were about to use or something that you would have liked to use. So that's why I'm just taking the time to check. See Figma, okay, Control Chrome, Spotify. Well, I want to use Spotify. Okay, maybe to add something. So you can actually integrate AI into everyday life. So it's not just like a novelty idea anymore. You can actually integrate into everything you're doing. So to do more advanced stuff, not just who is the president of America or something. I can okay, book a meeting for me, schedule this flight, do this, do this. And one thing about virtual assistants is that many of you guys you start losing jobs to AI. Unless people don't know about it too. If people know about it, instead of hiring somebody, you can just tell AI, okay, book a session for me. This is this. Communicate with my team. This is like it will do everything for you. Trust me, Claude is crazy. So then Freeman, is there anything that you need on Freeman in terms of productivity? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. So I think that should be all. That should be all. I might make a part two and just add it to this video, but that is all for now. Those are the keyboard shortcuts. Um, right. Then if you notice that your laptop is lagging and you can't even do anything, just press Control or Delete. You can see to open your task manager if you want to log out. I just hope this is still recording names. So that should be all. This probably a 1 hour trip, maybe 1 hour 30 minutes or 1 hour 10 minutes. So that's those are efficiency tips, keyboard shortcuts, just how to make you work faster. You understand? So, if you guys enjoyed it, love you.